Imagine this. You're days away from marrying the love of your life, and instead of loyalty, she cheats, and then tells you you'll never find better. Would you crawl back, or would you rise so high that she regrets every word? This is my story. My name is Daniel. I'm 29, and this happened a year ago. For 5 years, I was with Claire, the woman I thought I'd grow old with. She was gorgeous, quick-witted, and had that kind of smile that could light up a room. Everyone said we were the perfect couple. When I finally proposed, she screamed yes through tears. We started planning the wedding, venue booked, guest list set, invitations printed. I thought I had everything a man could dream of. But life has a cruel way of showing you the truth when you least expect it. It started subtly. Late nights at work, her phone buzzing and her stepping away to answer, new lingerie appearing in her drawers, but she never wore it with me. I ignored it for weeks because I trusted her. I told myself I was paranoid, but one night I decided to surprise her with dinner at her office. Her co-workers looked confused when I asked for her. One finally said, "She left 2 hours ago." My heart sank. I drove home and waited. At 1 a.m. she walked in claiming she was buried in paperwork. Her excuses didn't sit right, so the next night I followed her. I know, it sounds desperate, but what I saw made my blood run cold. She parked outside a hotel. Moments later, a man pulled up. They embraced, laughed, and walked inside together, arm in arm. I sat in my car, hands shaking, unable to believe my reality. The next morning I confronted her. Her response? She didn't deny it. She didn't even apologize. Instead, she smirked and said, "Daniel, you're overreacting. He gives me things you can't. Honestly, you'll never find better than me." That line cut deeper than the cheating. You'll never find better. As if she was the peak of my life. I cancelled the wedding immediately, called the venue, called the vendors, and told my family and friends. She laughed when I left, like she thought I'd come crawling back. But instead of crawling, I rose. Over the next year, I changed everything. I hit the gym daily, shed 30 pounds, and built muscle. I doubled down at work, got promoted, and even bought my first home. I built a new life brick by brick. And then, love found me. Sophia. I met her at a charity event, and she was nothing like Claire. Where Claire was arrogant, Sophia was humble. Where Claire drained me, Sophia fueled me. She celebrated my wins and supported me when I struggled. Within months, I realized she was the partner I had always deserved. 1 year after the betrayal, Sophia and I were at a high-end restaurant celebrating our engagement. I felt like I was finally living again. That's when fate twisted the knife. Claire walked in, alone. She spotted me instantly, and the shock on her face was priceless. She looked older, drained, almost bitter. She came over, her voice shaky. "Daniel, wow, you look different," I smiled. "Yeah, life's been good." Her eyes flicked to Sophia, who was sitting gracefully beside me. "And who's this?" she asked, her smile fading. Before I could answer, Sophia said warmly, "I'm his fiancée." The restaurant seemed to freeze. Claire's face went pale. Her lips trembled. I made a mistake. Maybe we could. That's when I decided to end it the way she ended me, publicly. I leaned back, loud enough for nearby tables to hear, and said, "Claire, do you remember telling me I'd never find better? You were wrong." I did, and she's sitting right here. Gasps filled the room. A couple at the next table even clapped quietly. Claire's eyes welled with tears. She stumbled backward, her humiliation echoing louder than any apology she could have given, and rushed out of the restaurant. The silence that followed was powerful. I turned back to Sophia, who squeezed my hand. In that moment, I realized revenge wasn't just about payback. It was about thriving so completely that the person who broke you has no choice but to drown in their own regret. Claire once told me I'd never find better, but the truth? I found the best. So, to anyone who's been told they're not enough, don't beg, don't chase, rise, because nothing burns a cheater more than seeing the life they could have had, lived better without them. If you like this story, please subscribe and turn on notifications.